Hey, come on in, have a seat, get comfortable. My name's Michelle Walker. I'm so glad you're here. I get to teach you how to draw like an artist in 3 days. It's going to be so much fun. You know, I hear a lot, it's incredible. I hear so many people say, I wish I could draw. But a lot of times they tell me, when I was a kid, I had a parent, a teacher, a friend make fun of my art and tell me I wasn't artistic. Oh, you're not talented. Or you can be like me. When I first started, I was buying all this art supplies. Man, if I had the right tool, I could start making art. I literally became an art supply hoarder. I'm still using that stuff. Or maybe, you always wanted to learn how to draw, but you just haven't had the chance or the time to be able to do that. A lot of times people think that you have to be talented or born with it to be an artist. That for whatever reason it jumped you. You didn't get the artist gene, which I think is kind of funny, right? You can be a doctor and have kids that are doctors, or a plumber and have kids that are plumbers, but you can't be an artist with, it's silly. Because really, honestly, it's about desire. If you have the desire to learn how to draw, you're going to learn how to draw. You can learn. And see, drawing is a skill. Drawing is a skill that can be taught and it can be learned. So if you can write your name, you have the tools and the ability to follow instruction. You can draw. So it's not about talent. It's about you just haven't been taught how to draw. You haven't been taught how to see and translate it onto the paper yet. So this is so exciting because you're here today, and guess what? You're going to learn how to draw. So over the next 3 days today, I'm going to teach you how to use your body to draw. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how an artist sees and can look at an object and make it look like the object. So I'm going to teach you how to draw an object. And then on the third day, in order to keep the momentum going, so then when you're on your own, you're stuck, not sure what to do, I'm going to teach you 3 fun exercises just to kind of get you going, to keep that energy going. So a little bit about me. I started off as a mechanical engineer, and then I shifted into interior design. And then I'm like, you know what? I always wanted to be an artist. So I did it. I became a professional artist and a teacher. I've taught drawing for over 20 years. I've taught at universities, workshops, in-person workshops, and now online I teach drawing and painting classes. And you know what? My favorite students, my absolute favorite students, ones I love working with, are the beginners. Especially the beginners who don't think they can draw, or maybe, and all that. And then watching them and hearing them and seeing what they can do. It's so exciting. And what's really awesome about a beginner student is you're curious, you're willing to try, and you'll trust me. And that's when the magic happens. So let's put on our first grade brains and let's just have some fun. Okay, you ready? Okay, what you need for today is you just need basically a piece of printer paper, just a piece of paper, and a clicky pencil or a pencil. Now, if you have a sketchbook, that you haven't opened yet, go ahead and grab the sketchbook. And maybe you've got some pencils in a nice little pencil case. Pause the camera, grab those pencils and pull one out. Doesn't matter which one, just grab a pencil. Another thing I hear all the time, I'm like, you can draw. And they'll tell me, I can't even draw a straight line. So guess what? Today, you are going to learn how to draw a straight line without a ruler. Okay, you ready? This is my first lesson I teach all my beginner classes. I teach them this lesson and I tell them, I'm going to teach you something that you could use for the rest of your life. And they're like, well, what's that? In fact, I had a student one time, she's older, an older student, and she's like, oh, Michelle, I can't do this. My hands shake. There's no way. I've got shaky hands. I can't do that. I'm like, oh, just give it a try. So she went through the lesson, and all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. And she was squealing. She was so excited with shaky hands, and she was able to draw a straight line. She could not wait to show her kids. You know, there's something really, really powerful when you could do something that you did not believe that you could do, and you could do it. Oh man, you're like, man, if I could draw a straight line, I could do anything. It just opens you up. It gives you that confidence. Okay, so let's jump in. Ready? So there's a difference between writing and drawing. Just because you're holding a pencil, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're drawing. There is a difference. Because when we write, we're usually, this is what I do. I turn my body, I hunch over, my nose is almost touching the paper, and I'm doing this. And I'm writing fast. Wrist is flipping, pencil is scratching, hunched over. Now, when you draw, it's different. In fact, our bodies were made to draw. And the thing about drawing is we don't just do this, we use our whole body. So if I just lift my arm and drop it down, I'm now drawing a straight line in the air. If I go forward and back, give it a try. I'm drawing a line in the air. So lift up, full swing. I'm drawing a line out. And watch, I could draw left-handed and I could draw right-handed. Give it a try. See if you're ambidextrous. Now it's all about setting your tools up for success. Remember I told you writing letters, you're over like this, not when you're drawing. When you're drawing, what you want to do is you want to sit straight. This is where you get to have good posture. You want to sit up straight, back against the chair. You want to be comfortable. And you want the back of your chair, the seat back, you want to have full range with your arm. So if you're like hitting the back of the chair, scooch over a little bit and give yourself some room. And you want your paper to be in front of you, perpendicular to your body. So you want it straight in front of you. But not this, not this. You want this. Keep everything nice and straight. And you don't want it over here, and you don't want it over here. You want to make your tools work for you. If you ever feel like you're struggling, it might be because you're not sitting upright. It might be because you've got this. So you want to make your tools work for you, not against you. Okay, so you ready to draw a straight line? I'm going to change my camera and watch me real quick and how I do this. Let me change my camera real fast. And oops. Okay. So what I'm going to do is when we remember I told you when we write, we do this. We choke up on the pencil. Do you hear that? Choke up on the pencil. And we write. But when we're drawing, you want to open up the pencil, not on the tip. You want to come back here. And when you're writing, you write with the wrist. But when we're drawing, we lock our wrist. Not tight, but lock it. Because now our arm has become a drawing tool. It's holding the pencil. So this whole part of my body is part of the drawing tool, okay? So I have the paper in front of me, and then I'm going to use my pinky to see how I can slide this right here. And this is really, really an amazing way to do this, is because here's the main part. Here's the most important part. Breathe in, shoulders down, breathe out. Relax your shoulders. If your shoulders are up around your ears, they're too high. You need to drop your shoulders down, okay? And once you start drawing, you want to have a nice even speed, okay? So breathe in, hook your lock wrist, pencil, touch the pencil on the point, pinky on the edge, breathe in, shoulders down, and breathe out, and drop the line down. When you want to do another one, choke up on the pencil a little bit. Breathe in, shoulders down, breathe out, and drop a line. Keep a nice, steady flow. If you're still wanting to stick to the edge of the page, open up the pencil, extend it out. So I'm opening the pencil, extending it out, and I'm going to do it again. Pencil down, breathe in, breathe out, shoulders down, and drop the line. And as you become more comfortable, you can put your pencil down, freestyle, no finger, no pinky. Put the pencil on the paper and bring it, drop it down. And do it again. And every time you draw, just drop it down. Okay, once you have about 5 lines, I'd like you to look at your lines and ask yourself, are these straight lines? Because a lot of times what I hear is, well, this one's crooked. That's not a straight line. This one's wavy. Or maybe sometimes they'll have lines that look like this. Well, it's crooked. So let me change my, I want to make a point here real quick. Let me change my camera. So there's the way we look at art when we're drawing, usually we could see, we're looking at our drawings closely, and we could see all the waves and the lines, all the wavy parts to it. But the way we look at art isn't with our noses up against the art. We look at it 3 to 20 feet away. So you saw this one line that's wavy on here. When I do this and I hold it out, can you see it? Here, let me get closer. So, there you go. Can you see it? These are straight lines. These are all straight lines. This one's a little bit wonky. It's all right. And the thing is, I didn't say draw a perfectly straight line. I said a straight line. And here's the thing. We all have a line that got away from us, right? I want you to look at that line. And I want you to know this. Anyone could take a ruler and draw a straight line. We can all do that. You could do that right now. But that line that I do right here, that's unique to me. No one could draw that line. And you know, here's a good tip. Here's a tip. When you first start learning something, I don't care what it is, whatever it is, especially with drawing, and we'll talk drawing here, but anything. When you start learning something and you expect perfection, of course, you can't, most people can't sit down and start playing the piano right away, right? We want to be, is that a savant? We want to be one. But honestly, that's not fun. You haven't worked out the details. You haven't experienced it. So my hot tip for today is, if you're expecting perfection, you're going to slow your growth. You're not going to grow. It's going to be hard for you to grow. But if you are open and curious and love everything that you draw, everything, it's incredible. You start growing very quickly. Isn't that true? It's true. Being open and curious and loving the wonky, it's amazing. It makes it a lot more fun to draw that way. Okay, that's the straight lines, the vertical lines. How about horizontal lines? There's 3 ways to draw horizontal lines. First of all, one way that you can do is we're going to use our body. And when you put your pencil down and you pull across, and let me show you. So I'm putting my pencil down and I pull my pencil across the page. So let me change the cameras real quick. So what I'll do here is I'll put my pencil down and then I'm gonna pull my body across, pull the pencil across the line. And what's interesting, some of my students love drawing horizontal lines and others love drawing verticals. I'm in the camp of the vertical line drawing. So what you could do, I'm going to draw a horizontal line on my page. I can turn my paper. This is not cheating. I can turn my paper, draw a vertical line. I'm more comfortable with verticals. And then turn my page, and I've got a horizontal line. So again, this is what I said before. I'm making my tools work for me. And if I'm struggling with the horizontal this way, I'm like, oh, I could do it this way. So you could use your body. You could draw a vertical and flip it. And here's another one. And this is a lesson that I learned from my dad that I want to share with you. It's very relevant to drawing a straight line, trust me. And I could save your life someday. So what he told us, my sister and I, what he told us is, when you're driving in the winter and you hit an icy patch on the road, and you can start to feel yourself going off the road, do not look at the tree. Don't look at the post. Look where you want the car to go. Because your eyes and your hands will follow your eyes. So if you look at the tree, you're going to hit the tree. Okay? So what does that mean here? Your eyes and your hands are connected. Your eyes, your hands will follow your eyes. So let's give something a try with our horizontal lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up the pencil or the paper and imagine that I'm at the top of your paper and I want you to follow my finger and draw the horizontal line. So what you do is find a spot on your page, and I hope I'm on the right side of the paper. So follow my finger. Okay, ready? Breathe in. Shoulders down, relax, and go. And just follow my finger across the page. Keep it going. And check it out. Do you have a straight line? Does it look good? Let's try it again. Trust the finger. Trust your eyes. Put your pencil on the paper. Go from one side to the other. Okay, ready? And breathe in, shoulders down. Go across. Was that better? Okay. 3 different ways. You pick what you feel more comfortable with. Try it. Again, the more you do, the better you will get. It's just this weird phenomenon that happens. It's amazing. Circles. You ready to draw some circles? Now with circles, again, our bodies were made to draw circles. Think about the sparklers. When you're doing this, you're drawing circles in the air, right? And circles from one side to the other are symmetrical, okay? And what it is, what I'm showing you is you want to go in a direction, the same direction on both sides. So what does that mean? So when I draw a circle, I'm on the inside of the circle and I push it out and I pull it around and I stop. So I draw half the circle and then I flip the page over. I want both sides to be the same. So I go around the other way. So I'm training my body to draw the circle. I'm pushing it out, flipping, and going over here. And as you do more of these, it will be very easy to draw circles that are round. It gets easier. So you're pushing it, flipping it, pushing it. So we're drawing both sides of the circle in the same direction. The reason this is so valuable is because when you're drawing a vase, and usually vases are symmetrical, identical on both sides, but they're a complex shape. You draw one side, you turn it over, flip it over, and draw the other side. And you get a more accurate depiction of symmetry on your drawings. So it's just a different way. That's the coolest part of being an artist is when you're struggling with something, how can I make this easy? That's my philosophy. Make it easy. Make it fun. If you're struggling, try something different. See what happens. You become pretty innovative and come up with some new ideas. It's pretty cool. Maybe someday you'll get to teach art too. So, top takeaways today. Guess what? Look at what you've done. Look at your paper filled with lines and circles. And if this is the first time for you to ever draw a straight line without a ruler, congratulations. Look what you can do. Isn't it cool? And just imagine, just draw some more and you will be amazed. The more you do this, the better you'll get. I don't like using the word practice. I do like the word play. The more you play, the better you'll get. So for tomorrow, we're going to take these straight lines, this new skill that you've learned, and we're going to apply it to a real object. So I'm going to teach you tomorrow how to draw an object and make it look like what you see. So bring your paper and your pencil. Be curious. Go ahead and have some fun drawing some lines and circles. And most importantly, love what you create. Love everything that you create. And I'll see you next tomorrow, day 2.